welcome back to my channel where we talk about travel and languages. My name is Kristen, and today I would like to try and persuade you, if you haven't already, to take that plunge and start learning a new language. As some of you might already know, I have been studying Japanese for 8 years and have been studying Spanish recently. This is something that I'm very, very passionate about, but I do believe that you have to have a good reason to start this kind of an undertaking. Learning a language is not easy, but it is definitely worth it. So the first reason you should start learning a new language is the professional benefit. Companies are actually looking for people who are able to speak more than one language, especially if they have any international trade or if they're trying to reach a target audience that might not speak just English. There was a British Chamber of Commerce study in 2013 that showed that more than 60% of companies are limited in foreign trade because of a language barrier. This means that the skill of being able to speak more than one language is highly marketable. And in my own experience, I don't think I would have gotten my job if I hadn't had the experience of learning Japanese. I wasn't even fluent in Japanese at the time that I applied for my job, but I had gone to Japan multiple times and taken an active role in a lot of volunteer work, and learning Japanese gave me so many opportunities that I wouldn't have had otherwise when I was in Japan. I was able to share these experiences with the interviewer, and I remember that she looked impressed, or at least she found an interest in me, and I was with a whole bunch of other candidates at the time, and only a few of us got chosen that day. So it definitely shows that it can set you apart. I don't think that I was any more qualified than any of the other people in the job interview that day, but I do think that this made an impression on them. So even if the job that you're going for doesn't specifically have to do with language skills, so you're not going for a translator or a language teacher or anything like that, if you have that language ability on your resume, it still sets you apart from all the other equally qualified candidates. So reason number 2 is all of the personal benefits. I could go on and on and on about this one, and if you watch some of my other videos, you will have heard about some of the personal benefits I've received from learning Japanese. But to sum it up, I believe that learning a new language is going to broaden your horizons, literally and figuratively. When you travel in a new country and experience it in the native language, you are going to experience things that an average tourist is not going to be able to experience. And you will literally be able to see things from a totally different perspective. Also, as in my case, you will be able to make friends that you wouldn't be able to make if you only spoke English. Some of my best friendships while I was traveling have been with people who don't speak any English. Something that maybe you don't know is that language learning can actually improve your brain function. It can make you more creative, better able to solve problems. It can even possibly prevent the early onset of Alzheimer's disease. There was a 2011 study of 44 Spanish-English elderly bilinguals that found that those who were more proficient in their languages were more resistant to the onset of Alzheimer's and dementia. There's lots of studies out there how language learning affects the brain, and I really suggest that you look into those things if you're curious about this. It's a really fascinating subject. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, all those benefits sound great, but you know, language learning is kind of too hard for me, or I'm too busy, I really encourage you to rethink that, because I truly believe that anyone can do it. For an adult to learn a second language, it is all about consistency. If you are consistently spending 5 minutes a day on your language habit, you are going to learn that language better and actually probably put in more time than if you binge study on the weekends. Consistently keeping up with your language habit every day is going to keep that information fresh in your mind, and then you keep reviewing it and it gets into your long-term memory better. And we are so lucky to live in the day and age that we do, where we can choose from so many different language learning technologies. I've done a video about the website that I personally use and love, and I will link that video up here. And if you're not sure that these kind of language learning technologies actually work, there is some evidence to suggest that they do. In 2018, a linguistics professor at Michigan State University actually did a study on this using the language learning app Babbel. He had 85 undergraduate students use Babbel for Spanish for 12 weeks and tested their knowledge before and after the study. And nearly all of the students that completed the requirements improved their Spanish language knowledge and ability to communicate. So if it can work for them, it can work for you. And if that is not your cup of tea, there are so many options. I hope this encouraged you at least a little bit. If there's anything else that you're curious about or anything you have questions on or like me to go into more detail about, please let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos about language learning. Best of luck to you all, and I will see you all next time.